sedang situ tutup Kak.
Nah, okey juga bang.
Just.
Kalau ada bunyi,
Okay.
kalau ada bunyi kita cut dulu.
Wah.
Okay. Hello Chen.
Hello Rita.
Yeah,
Nice to
good.
meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for helping me doing this task.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
So yeah, we start with the basic question now. Can you tell us what is your name and how are you and where you from?
My name is Chernnie Ivonny. I'm 36 years old. I come from, technically I was born in Kota Kinabalu, but I was residing in Kudat currently. Working in KK lah basically, yeah.
Yeah, so you're answering from KK kan? Right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So question number 4 is, if I visit to your place, what will you recommend me to do there? I think this one Kudat lah maybe kan? Referring to
Can be Kudat. Okay, Kudat. Kudat is a very good question lah. Well, I think for Kudat, since the tourism are evolving right now, I think Kudat is suitable for those who are intrigued to know about Rungus culture, number 1. Number 2 is for the seafood.
Yes.
And the beaches. Yeah.
Okay.
So I would like to recommend number 1, Babangazo Rungus Longhouse, which is situated at the at Matunggong district. So it consists of few Rungus Longhouses. So for those who never been to Rungus Longhouse before, you should go there. You should find very fun items there, handicraft, and longhouses. And it is managed by my relative lah, basically.
Wow. So you're actually from Babangazo lah.
Yes. Babangazo is by my extended relatives. Yeah.
Awesome. So
okay, so number 2, the famous Simpang Mengayau.
Simpang Mengayau, yes, of course.
Yeah, Simpang Mengayau it is because of Simpang Mengayau and beaches in Kudat. I can guarantee you one of the best beaches in Sabah. White sandy beach, awesome sunset, fresh seafoods, and nowadays there have been so many hotels and camping sites.
No.
So you have so many choices to go there. Yeah.
Okay. So Babangazo Longhouse and
Simpang Mengayau and the seafood restaurant in Kudat.
Okay.
Seafood restaurant Pasar Ikan Masin.
Anyway, in Kudat lah kan? The restaurant is nice. Seafood.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to the next question is which is, what is your hobby and why do you choose lagi ulang balik
Okay.
We move on to the next question about your hobby. What is your hobby and why do you choose such hobby?
Well, my hobbies has been changing for the past many years. But one hobby that is still maintained by me until this day is reading. Yeah, reading ulat buku.
Yes. Ulat buku.
Well, why? Because how to say well, with books you can go to anywhere. I mean, you don't have to go to places in just one book. You can just stay there, but your imagination can go to anywhere. Yeah, and it is part of. Yes. So my favorite place when I was small is like the library, basically. So where you can have the access to so many kinds of books, and you can stay there for hours. So as time goes by, when technologies they favor more to movies and videos, I think I will still choose to stick to books, e-books, or reading on the internet lah. So reading is my passion, even though nowadays we still don't have many extra times to do the reading,
Yes.
but microblogging will do, and some short articles on the internet will do. It can be accessible. It can be accessed. It is very accessible nowadays,
Mm,
thanks to internet.
yes. Well, one thing that the listeners should know that Chen is actually a frontliner, kan? Can you tell me
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit about your job, your interesting job as a frontliner?
Okay. Uh, During the COVID time, since last year, I
Mm.
was assigned to set up the COVID lab in Queen Elizabeth Hospital,
Eh,
which, yeah, so as you
the hero nih.
know, as you know, COVID-19 is a novel coronavirus.
Mm,
So me and my team, we started from scratch because we never had a
mm,
molecular laboratory before.
mm.
We only have few tests related to molecular, but not for COVID.
Oh, wow.
So it is very important for us to set up the PCR lab, to
Mm,
do the training, and at the same time, we don't know about the nature of the virus. So we have to handle the virus and the samples
mm,
in such manner that it's in a very strict manner, so that
mm.
there won't be any lab infection and
Yeah,
cross
cross.
contamination.
Yes,
Yes.
that's very important, right?
Yes. So
Yeah.
in providing the test and to provide a very reliable and true test,
Mm,
so it needs a very some sort of strange motivation and dedication to
yeah.
accomplish the task. Yeah. So as time goes by,
Mm,
basically the COVID lab is now running smooth thanks to the staff, thanks to the training, and we
mm,
have the latest technology so that we
mm,
can produce the result as fast as we can and
mm.
as accurate as it should be.
Oh, yeah, we should thank to you, Chen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us what actually your like what is your it, job title? Like?
Oh, I'm a science officer,
Science
pegawai
officer.
science,
Mm-mm.
pegawai science. So basically, we are working in the lab. So
Yeah.
in my job description, we are working in the diagnostic labs, doing tests. Number one. The second one is to do evaluation and to maintain the quality of the test result,
Mm-hmm.
and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is going to be a very interesting interview because you're such a busy person, and then we are talking about movie and that influence to younger generation, right? So yeah.
Well,
Mm. So
we
we
hope
move.
so.
Yeah, we move to next question, Chen. Which is
Yep.
if given a choice, which one do you prefer, watching drama or listening to song?
Rita is a very tough question, basically, because I love to do both.
Okay, it's okay. You can choose
But
both.
since listening to songs, you can multitask, but
Mm,
watching it needs watching dramas it needs some sort of concentration.
and time.
Okay, it's not unfair for you to ask me that question. I think I love watching drama more.
Mm,
It's kind of escapism for me when you can spend your time in forgetting all the other things in your
mm,
how to say, in your current situation.
yeah.
Drama is a very good escapism. You can
Mm-hmm,
indulge yourself in your bubble,
mm-hmm.
and then you can choose not to care about your surrounding, at least for a moment. It's
Yes,
a
you
kind of escapism. Yeah.
focus to your
So
drama.
think drama. Yeah, drama.
Okay. So, do you feel like things are changing due to the pandemic? Like maybe our hobby and why?
Okay. I might say despite of having involved in such a busy and a very challenging task
Mm-hmm.
during this pandemic, I still can say that we are lucky. Me myself, I'm personally quite lucky because number one, we still keep our job
Yes.
and we still have a very continuous salary and we can
Mm.
go on with our life. It's just that things are quite suffocating right now because some
Mm-hmm.
of our privilege were taken.
Yeah, it's like being taken away, right?
For example, the privilege to travel around and privilege um, to do the things that we like.
Mm. I know you travel a
Mm.
lot before.
No, because my passion is basically to travel. So there has been so many plans
Mm.
that had been made before the pandemic hit. So
Yes.
it's quite disappointing to find out, but to think back, it was actually a blessing in disguise
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because we
I
are not
agree.
involving in, unfortunate event
Yes.
in other places like that. We are not really familiar. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Mm.
um, most of us, we just think that yeah, such privilege is basically our rights, but then it made me realize that it's actually is a privilege for us.
Mm.
It's not our necessity, it's not our right, but it's a privilege. Our life is
Privilege.
very privileged, so we are some sort of lucky
Mm.
compared to other people.
Yes. Agree.
So it made me, even though it made me a bit frustrated and upset, but still
But life must go
grateful.
on, right?
Yeah, life must go on, and I still grateful for whatever happening right now
Yeah,
because you're
yeah.
still healthy. You can keep your job. Your families are okay, and currently, my family and I, most of us are vaccinated, so the risk of contacting COVID is quite
Mm.
low. So I
Okay.
think it's a blessing for us compared to other people who are still waiting to be vaccinated,
Yeah,
which
so
has a
true.
very long waiting list. They have to wait for a very long time.
Mm.
But the timings are quite good for my family and I. So I
Mm.
am very grateful for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very thoughtful, Jen. So yeah, we move to your like you're very busy, right? And then you still have time to do watch drama and movies. I know we both love Netflix. So yeah.
Yeah.
So nowadays, what do you usually do during your free time? Your really, really free time?
Sorry?
Like why? Why? Um, what do you usually do during your like really free time now?
Uh, of course, Netflix.
Mm?
Apart from doing my household chores, yeah, Netflix.
Okay. Why?
Okay, why?
Why like that?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, um, my my thinking right now is every time I have a free time and
Mm-hmm.
every time I had the chance to do the things that I like, I must grab the opportunity because we
Mm-hmm.
never know what will happen in the future. So my chances or my opportunity might be taken back in
Yes.
in short time maybe.
Mm.
If there is a spike in COVID cases, then we have to be deployed to the COVID lab again.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
before that time comes, let us take all the free time that is available right now
Mm.
and to do things that we like.
Yeah, that's actually very inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, before like you are going to be stuck in a lab again, you can do whatever you
Yes.
like.
Taking
Okay.
about Talking about taking opportunity, Rita.
Mm-mm,
So
yeah.
any opportunity that we see right now,
Grab it.
yeah, better grabs them. Yeah.
So how are you actually feeling today? Uh, this Sunday? Weekend?
Sunday is great. Yeah, we feel
No, no work,
very
right?
relaxed and charged.
Okay.
Yeah, being an introvert, you need charging time. So alone time is
So what?
time for charging.
Yeah, what are you now? Are you in like on call mode or you're free now? On call?
Uh,
On call mode? No,
no,
oh, not anymore
no.
lah.
So for today, for the
Mm.
whole weekend, I am quite free. Yeah,
Oh,
so I can do my me time. I'm having my me time right now.
yeah. So now I'm stealing your me time for few hours. Okay, Chen. Let's move. I have 10 questions regarding
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
our topic today, which is the impacts and influence of movies towards
Yep.
the younger
Yep.
generations.
All
So,
right.
yeah, question number one is,
Mm-hmm.
in your opinion, do you think movie nowadays has more good or bad influence to today's younger generations?
Okay. I saw your question actually.
Yeah, I
So
already passed to
I'm
you.
quite yeah. I'm had been thinking about the questions for a while right now.
Mm,
Okay, basically, I think the movies, the ideas of making movies, the storyline,
mm,
since since when we were young, since the years before, since the previous generation, I think
mm,
the ideas of doing the storyline, the storytelling is just the same.
mm,
It's just that the movie making technique
yeah.
is became more believable.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of influence, bad and good influence, we do have movie regulation, uh, movie regulation board. I think like
Mm,
finance and lembaga penapisan ka
film,
apa.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Last
Yeah.
time, um, I read somewhere that basically last last few years or
Mm,
last long time ago,
mm-mm,
the regulation for movies was not that strict. Basically, that it
mm,
seems like they are giving the movie makers the liberation and freedom to do whatever movie what they want to make.
mm,
It's just that the viewer, we don't have
yeah.
many source, and we don't have any channel to access to the movies.
Mm,
So to basically say that a movie nowadays are very giving very bad influence compared to all movies, I
mm-hmm,
think it's very subjective, and we can't how to say we can't say that the current movies, the movies nowadays, they are worse,
uh-huh,
or they are giving more bad influence,
mm-hmm.
because when we were young, we had been witnessing bad movies as well.
Yes,
So I think there is no
not just this century, right?
there's no difference basically. So in every generation, there will be bad movies, there will be good
Mm.
movies. So it's up
So
to
yeah, so actually you're saying that it's up to what are the movies that we are watching, right? Yeah.
yeah, correct. Because some of the movies they did it for art and maybe some festival thingy.
Yeah. Agree,
Uh,
agree.
so so it's very some of the movies they are very abstract.
Mm,
Then they just do so for fun. There's no message at all.
mm-mm,
But some of them they are experimenting the movie making technique
mm,
to make it believable. So it's up to the production team lah, basically. Yeah.
okay. Still, some of the movies still inspiring the younger generation, I think.
Correct.
Yeah.
But
Not all
but to,
movies
to
are
see
bad.
that,
Mm,
yeah, but to see that nowadays the message and some of the I must we must give credit to the technologies as well because the
mm-mm,
CGIs they
yeah.
made the movies more believable.
Yes.
and then all the advanced technologies for props, for the
Mm-hmm.
cinematography
Uh-huh. Yeah.
technique, the makeup, the special effect
Mm-hmm.
that makes the
The
movies
script, right?
nowadays more, yes,
Mm-mm.
more believable.
Yes. So actually,
Yes.
you are already answering my second question, which is, could you
Oh,
justify your reason on why do you say so? So yeah, it's okay. We move to the third question, which is, could
okay.
you give examples of movies that teaching good moral values to the viewers? Do you remember any movies? And if you say so, why? Always have why at the end of the question.
It was an old movie. I saw it when I was in secondary school. I
Mm.
watched it two times during classes. Uh, the title was Children of Heaven. I think. Have
Ah,
you watched that?
yes, I
Yeah, it's
watched
an
that. Yeah.
Iranian movie. Yeah, it's an Iranian movie, and
Mm-mm.
it's very powerful and it's very conspiring.
Yeah.
Inspiring. Sorry, conspiring.
Not
It's
conspiring, huh?
very inspiring. It is very inspiring. The fact that there's so many. It's very eye opening. It's very. Uh, it gives us the values of family
Yes, and
and
friendship.
yeah, the bond between the siblings.
Mm-mm.
And then, if you can still remember the ending
Mm.
plot twist, we never expect the plot twist at the ending of the
Yeah.
movie. Yeah,
Can you say a
but
little
for
bit
me,
about
it is
the
very yeah.
can you say a little bit about the plot twist? It's like
Oh, okay.
to refresh
Children
the
of
memory.
Heaven. Uh, it is about two siblings, a big
Mm.
brother and a younger sister. It just happened that the younger brother he broke her sister's shoes,
Mm.
so they have to exchange wearing the same shoes to go
Mm-mm.
to the school. So in the morning, the brother will wear the shoes, and in the evening, the sister will
Yeah, they use
they
the
will
same
take
shoes.
turn wearing the shoes. So they have to run in between their houses.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just happened one day. There is a running competition, if you can remember,
Mm.
running competition, and one of the prizes was a pair of shoes.
Mm.
So the big brother he joined the competition in order to win the
Mm-mm.
shoes. Tapi plot twist,
Uh-huh.
ending dia kena tengok sendirilah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a movie, kan? Don't give too
Yep,
much.
yep, yep. You have to watch the ending because it's very funny and poignant at the same time. Yeah,
Yeah, actually, I don't remember the
the
ending
ending.
part, but I remember because there's a lot of ad like inspired from that movie, right? The changing shoes.
Yeah,
One of the
yeah,
ad in Malay, I think they use that bit that part, kan?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm.
Cak, if you don't mind, I can tell you the story, the ending lah. Basically,
It's okay lah,
the
suspense.
brother, he
Okay.
basically won the race, but then the shoes is actually third place punya prize.
Ah, but he
So he was
won.
frustrated because he won the bigger prize instead of shoes.
Is that
He insisted that
a box of food kah dia punya the winning prize?
kalau tidak silap lah,
Hmm.
tapi dia masih dia the prize was bigger than a pair of shoes lah. Then he was frustrated
Hmm.
because he was aiming for the shoes.
Okay, yeah, plot twist.
Iya,
Yeah.
itulah tu.
So yeah, that's actually a very good example, moral value, kan? So,
Yeah, correct.
number four, and also the example of movies that projects bad influence towards the
Mhm.
millennial generation. Why? Like millennial generation is like right now punya generation lah, kan?
Okay.
Mm. Can you think? Can you
Um.
name one or
Yeah,
two,
I
or
already
maybe you have a lot?
when I read your question, the one movie actually crossed my mind, and actually condone. I don't really support this kind of movies, regardless the ideas and how liberated and how art artistic it is. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's for so many reasons. I think it shouldn't be produced and it
Okay.
shouldn't be made. Basically, the movie, the lucky movie,
Okay.
the lucky movie is 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah. I
Oh
never watched
yeah,
that. I just watched
I
the.
never watched that. I
I
just
didn't watch
watched
that yet.
some of the trailers at the YouTube, and it
Yeah.
left some bad taste lah, basically.
It's like
Because like, oh, I don't
yeah.
know the. I'm sure it is based on the books lah, but I think
Mm,
what happened in the book must stay in the book. Shouldn't be projected and portrayed in movies.
yes.
Don't you think so?
Yeah, yeah. I never watched that 50 Shades of
So
Grey.
even though the children, I think the younger generation nowadays, if like they happen to watch it
Mm,
even with supervision from the adult, we we cannot explain what the movie is about basically.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
very
I agree.
explicit.
I agree.
It's very explicit.
Mhm.
I don't really. Yeah. It left a very bad taste, lah. Basically, even the book is very distasteful. Basically, yeah.
I Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of other movies and books that we can, like find other than that kind of.
It's
It's actually it's based on romance, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, what do you think about parents' intervention in monitoring the selection of movies for the younger generations, and why? Like the 50 Shades of Grey.
Great. I think parents, as long as the children is still underage, they are still minors.
Mm,
Parents has the full right to monitor and supervise their children.
yeah.
They supposed not to let their children to watch anything that they like. There
Mm-hmm.
must be some regulated and supervision from the adult,
Yes.
because we were young before Rita, so we know
Mm-hmm.
that some of the movies, when we watch movies during our old times, we cannot differentiate then our perception of regarding the movie was very different. So sometimes we cannot get the ideal of the real message
Mm,
projected by the movie basically,
yes.
because we just perceive what we see, and sometimes we cannot comprehend and we cannot see the hidden message given by the
Yeah.
directors and the script writers.
Mm-hmm.
So um, children might have some different perception
Mm-hmm.
regarding one movies, and I think we as adult, we must clarify
Yeah.
and give them some sort of more, how to say, um,
Guidance.
the truth, the real message,
Mm,
and not the truth and the real message regarding the movies, and not only uh, children punya perception lah. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I agree because I'm a parents too. I watch. Yeah. It's good. Like we have a Netflix, so we can like control what they watch.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay, that's a very good message there. Question number 16. In
Yep.
your opinion, when choosing movies, do you think
Mm-hmm.
the younger generation are incapable to distinguish right and wrong message about the projected movies that they're watching? Why? I think we already answered this one, like some sort of answer
Yeah,
already.
I think children, they are very pure, Rita.
Mm-hmm.
Kadang-kadang some of the movies, they are made from satire and parody,
Mm-hmm.
and not to mocking, I guess. So some of the documentary, we even have mockumentary.
Mm.
Yeah, we even have
Documentary.
mockumentary in Netflix. So some of us, even we as adult, sometimes we can be lied
Mm-hmm.
by the movies. Yeah, then um, if we adult we can even be lie, then how about the children?
Yeah.
Since they are so innocent and pure, so they are like sponge, they absorb anything that they see,
Mm,
then they cannot decipher what is the hidden message and what is parody. Is it
mm,
um out of sarcasm, or
mm,
is it the message is very purely meant to be such way?
mm.
Some of the movies they just um, mocking.
Yeah.
They just mocking,
Like
and
memes,
more,
right?
yeah. So we the children, they can't differentiate between
Mm.
mocking and the truth lah. Yeah.
So that's where we as adults come to, like tell them what is actually this movie is about, right?
Yes,
Mm,
they are. Even though they are allowed to have their own thoughts, but
mm,
then I think for first-hand thought, we should explain to
yeah.
them
Mm,
what is the true message about,
mm-hmm,
until they can differentiate, and they can appreciate the movies
mm,
without having any how to say major influence in their lives,
yeah,
then it should be fine.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have like four questions left.
Okay.
Yeah, so number seven is, can you share a bit of your experience whether the movies shown today
Mm-hmm.
have changed due to the trend? Why? Like, I think the trend nowadays is like, do you agree that the trend nowadays is like zombie kind of movie? Or there are
Yeah,
different era?
I think the trend now, we have so many variety, but then the apocalypse and zombie
Zombie
thingy, they are
apocalypse.
quite trendy. Yeah,
Apocalypse.
apocalypse.
Yes.
They are very trendy right now. So basically, it's not my cup of tea, because
Mm.
I don't like zombie. Zombie and alien is not my cup of tea. But see,
Okay.
to see the trending right now, I think there are so many versions of those movies, so
Mm.
I couldn't even remember which and which.
Mm.
Uh, so what's your question again? Sorry, Rita.
Mm-mm. Um, could you can you share a bit of your experience whether the movies shown today have changed due to the trend
Okay.
and why?
Nowadays, if we see more and more movies are produced based on animation,
Mm.
books,
Yeah.
and animations and books lah, basically, and cartoons, I might
Mm.
say, and comics.
Mm-mm.
So I don't really keen to talk about zombie because it's not my favorite subject.
Yeah.
But
Science
then
fiction.
superheroes thingy like Avengers,
Mm.
yeah, they are so in trend right now, right?
Yes.
So if you see um, how Marvel movies, they
Mm.
manage to keep their fans waiting, since
Mm-hmm.
they are producing so many superheroes movies and sequels. So
Mm-hmm.
you can see the trending now. People are more keen to watch superhero based movies
Mm-mm.
with advanced and enhanced CGI. So
Mm-hmm.
I think those trends with the advanced technologies, it has been improving the movie watching experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, then um, now with the trends of having so many platform of movies
Mm-hmm.
like in Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
we have so many choices to of movies to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your experience with the trend nowadays lah, Chen, yeah?
Yeah, then
Mm,
and if you see talking about Netflix,
mm-mm,
the trait or the habit of watching movie has been changed.
mm,
So um, since Netflix can be accessible and can be watched via various kinds of devices,
mm,
so we don't have to sit down in the cinemas or
mm.
stay at your home to watch movies. We can enjoy Netflix from anywhere and
Yeah,
everywhere.
anyway, everywhere, as
Yes,
long as
even
you
if
have internet.
it's yeah. When I was traveling in South Korea a few years back, they
Mm-hmm.
even watched the movies inside the subway.
Yeah,
So the trend has been changing. Yeah.
yeah, you should watch Train to Busan.
No, ada zombie tidak mau.
You don't watch Zombie, kan?
No.
So yeah, we move to the number eight question. Question number eight.
All right. All right.
Okay, this is interesting. Could you share one
Mm-hmm.
example of your favorite movie that might have influenced you in certain ways? This is probably yang old movie kah ataupun maybe new movies kan?
I have. I am torn between two of my favorite movies, which
Okay.
are number one, Interstellar.
Ah,
I
okay.
really love Interstellar, yeah.
Mm.
And number two is Hidden Figures. Have you watched Hidden Figures?
No, not yet.
Ada di Netflix.
Interstellar also, not yet.
Oh, Christopher Nolan punya movie, one of the best lah,
Mm.
Christopher Nolan punya, yeah. But then I chose Hidden Figures lah because it is
Mm.
more inspiring. It's about women empowering, about
Ah.
racial and gender discrimination. Yeah, Hidden Figure is about the three black women who work
Ah,
in
okay.
NASA. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
think I watched this already lah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And there is a book about them as well.
That's
Title the
that's
same
about
title.
the trajectory actually kan?
Yes, yes, the
Yeah, they
trajectory
are the
of
one
thingy,
who
all the thingy, yeah. So
mm,
it actually is an eye opener because we never know that the discrimination was very bad around about that time.
it's,
So I
mm,
never expect it was that bad.
it's around
So even
60s, right? 60s or 50s, the movie.
around that time lah, because waktu tu
Mm,
uh, the NASA and American and US they are
mm.
competing with each other for space exploration.
Oh yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah.
still can remember, yeah, it
Should be
was
around
during this.
60s lah kan?
Yes, 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 yes.
Mm,
So it inspires me. Number one is because
mm,
it just proves us that women can equally capable like men,
yeah.
and regardless the gender and racial,
Mm,
basically we can do like
anything.
other people can do. It's just that we are not given the opportunity to do so.
Mm,
Hmm. And then of course the fashion.
yeah.
The fashion during that time, yeah, is very beautiful. So
Mm,
it inspired,
agree.
not in sense of fashion punya lah, but uh, it made us realize that somehow female is quite smart as well, and we are
Mm,
capable, and we can be quite competitive with our male counterpart.
yeah. Just by listening to you also already inspired. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
should watch it.
I think I already watched it, but very, very long time ago. I remember
Yeah,
that
yeah. It was.
it's about the trajectory, kan? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. So number nine, we're closing to the end
All
of the
right,
question. With
all
the
right.
with the example that you have shared, do you feel it is
Uh-huh.
different? with the mindset of younger generations?
Um, I think so. When as we see now in our very own country, race and gender discrimination, it was
Mm,
not that strong, wasn't that hard, low key saja.
mm,
I think when you go to how the apa? What's your question again? Sorry, Rita.
Um, with the example of movies that you already shared, do you feel
Mhm.
it is different with the mindset of our younger generations?
Our younger generation, they are not experiencing the harshness of the discrimination, especially in our
Yeah.
countries where
Mm,
we are given the same equal opportunity, and in fact in universities females are much more in numbers lah. They outnumbered the
yeah,
male,
yeah, betul.
yeah, by 70-30 ratio.
Mm,
So I think for compared to those characters in Hidden Figures, and to compare it with the younger generation right now, the younger generation, they are much more luckier, I might say.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they don't even have to face those harsh
This
um,
discrimination like that.
discrimination, yeah, and harsh treatment.
Mm.
The treatment was quite bad though. It's even there's a segregation for the toilets.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
we never know what's going to happen in the future. Like probably
Yes, correct.
discrimination is
Yes.
going to be back. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay. So oh, question number the last one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If this is quite tricky, and I would like to know your thoughts about this one.
All right.
If you happen to be a filmmaker, what kind of
Mm-hmm.
movies will you produce as to cater the needs of the younger generations, and why you say so?
I love this question, Rita,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. I know you like this.
I would really like to how to say, we have to return to
Mm.
my previous hobbies, which
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
reading.
Okay.
I think if I were a movie producer, I will produce more and more movies based on books.
Mm-hmm. Good books, right?
Yeah, yeah, good books, because um, well, there are some consequences of producing movies from books. Is number one,
Mm-hmm.
people will get back to books.
Yes.
Our aim is to empowering and to encourage
Mm-hmm.
our younger generation to return to the books.
Mm-hmm.
They are not know they can't know they are not know right now how magical is the books.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, they are so indulged and so how to say immersed in
Mm-hmm.
their own tablets and devices. So it seems like it is so hard to see young kids who reads a lot nowadays, because they
Yeah.
are so uh,
Betul.
intrigued, and they have the tendency to watch videos which is more maybe simpler and
Mm-hmm.
more vivid for them.
Mm-hmm.
But then not many of the younger generation, the small kids now, who loves book. If you
Yeah.
see the library now, the
Yeah.
kids, they will go to the IT and computer segments apart from the books. It is quite disheartening actually.
Yeah, all the books are getting rotten, right? The
Yeah, that's why.
at
So I think from movies,
mm,
because movies we can you cannot portray everything from the books. So from the
mm,
books, it might inspire them to read
yeah.
the books. Yeah.
Mm,
So I think it is a very good idea to make kids read again via movies.
mm-hmm. So if you were back to the question, like if you were a film producer, okay, I know you read a lot. Please choose one book that you want to, yeah, to make it as a film
Oh,
that
okay.
will influence the younger generations. Let's say one book.
Alright. Jeng.
Okay,
Tengok sikit di sini buku saya.
maybe you can show us.
Okay,
What is
hold on ya.
Who is actually your favorite author?
I don't have any particular, but I
Mm.
do. I'm collecting Andrea Hirata's book,
Ah, okay.
Indonesian author. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
basically, one of his books already has been
Yeah.
produced into movies, right?
Yes.
Laskar Pelangi.
Laskar Pelangi already.
So, tengok sikit. Yeah.
Okay, let's choose the book. Have you watched all of the Indra Hirata punya collection?
Banyak saya punya collection.
Mm.
Buku besar peminum kopi.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good book. That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, basically, they should, how to say, they should finish the tetralogy of Andrea
Mm.
Hirata's book into movies. So basically,
Mm.
they just produced two movies, which was Laskar Pelangi and Sang Pemimpi, right?
Mm.
So the other two,
Maria Makapo.
Maria Karpov, yeah, Maria Makarpov, and apa lagi satu tu? Lupa sudah. Oh, ada Padang Bulan, right?
Padang Bulan. That one
Padang
biology.
Bulan.
That one
Ya, biologi,
biology.
Padang Bulan, and Cinta di Dalam Gelas.
Mm-mm.
I think they should produce movies based on the books.
Mm-hmm.
It is very, how to say?
Now, why you
It's very
suka?
simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, simple kampung living, but then it's very rich in imagination.
Yeah, it's inspiring.
Yeah, very inspiring.
How they moved
It's actually,
to study in France, right?
yeah, and then my personal favorite is, I think, Maria Makarpov, because it was about Ikal,
Mm,
who went back from France and ended up jobless.
yeah.
It's the harsh reality, basically, because people always think that when you go to overseas and you graduated from university, then you will
Yeah, happy
have
ending.
happy ending and get the very how to say, a job with big salaries.
Mm,
But then the reality is, it is very hard to find any job, especially in
true.
their situation. Yeah, so
Mm,
it's kind of realistic for us, because not everyone has a very happy ending.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
sad
correct.
person kan?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's it. We have and you have already answered my 10 question about movies, the impact of
Yay!
movies for the younger generation. Thank you very much, Sharon.
Yay!
So yeah, do you have
Hari
any
Raya.
do you have any message to the younger generations who's watching us right now?
Okay, for the younger generation, um, choose your movie wisely. You are liberated to think and to express. You have the freedom to think and choose, but
Mm-hmm.
um, please choose wisely. Yes.
Yeah, so that's a very powerful message. So yeah, thank you for helping me doing this task, this assignment.
You
So
want? No
yeah,
problem.
yeah. Let's say bye bye lah kan.
Bye bye.
Bye.